Image like Eddie, rap for currency like I'm Spitter on Dreddy, and let it fall like confetti. Ball for my dogs that they got locked in the celly. The one that turned on me, I won't never forget it. You learn it's your own homies you knew since the beginning, that see you winning and then wanna see you finish. Goddamn.
Everybody wanna be the only one. Better pay your dues, man, if you owe me some. For anybody not trying to be giving none. Body the body and leave the body slum. Body in these rappers for a living. So, trying to make a milli while I'm living. Whoa, got a couple brothers in the kitchen. Bro, them brothers ain't cooking, now they be whipping. Dough, it's crazy how my people, they were whipping. And now most of my people, they be whipping. Cars, rolling with a pole like I'm Obi-Wan. Ain't nobody like me, I'm the only one. Ain't nobody like me, I'm the only one. Ain't nobody like me, I'm the only one. Ain't nobody, nobody, buddy, nobody, buddy. Ain't nobody like me, I'm the only one. I can't even listen to a joker. I can't even listen to Jehovah. I really don't know why you think I'm bluffing when I was never old enough for poker. Everybody wanna be the only one. Better pay your dues, man, if you owe me some. For anybody not trying to be giving none. Body the body and leave the body slump.
If I sell drugs then I might be rich, but mum said that's how a bad man lives, and bro said that's what a gangland did. So from 16 was a mic man kid. They keep saying I'm a young black king. Okay, then where's my banquet? They said there's more fish in the sea, but leave that one, that's my man's fish.
Snap, that's an eyeful. Haters beat it like Michael. Wanna know why nobody likes you? They're scared cause there's nobody like you. Crap, that's a tower. Looking for some hope for about an hour. Looking for some flour for a minute. But to build a cake you need some power.
If I sell drugs then I might be rich, but mum said that's how a bad man lives, and bro said that's what a gangland is. So from 16 was a mic man kid. They keep saying I'm a young black king. Okay, then where's my banquet? They said there's more fish in the sea, but leave that one, that's my man's fish.
Everybody wanna be the only one. Better pay your dues, man, if you owe me some. For anybody not trying to be giving none. Body the body and leave the body slump. They wanna be king, they can be only one. I do you a favor, then you owe me one. Do another favor, now you owe me one. My bad, wait there, now you owe me two. Mad. Netflix chilling with a side hoe. Men think with it, get my mind blown. And I don't even mind if she lying, bro. Oh, damn. And I don't even care if she got a man. When the girl's with me, she be lying low. Let's make your girl anymore, stop lying, bro. Stop lying, bro. Body in these rappers for a living. So, tryna make a milli while I'm living. Whoa, got a couple brothers in the kitchen. Bro, them brothers ain't cooking, they be whipping. Go, it's crazy how my people, they were whipping. And now most of my people, they be whipping. Cars, rolling with a pole like I'm Obi-Wan. Ain't nobody like me, I'm the only one. Ain't nobody like me, I'm the only one. Ain't nobody like me, I'm the only one. Ain't nobody, nobody, buddy, nobody, buddy. Ain't nobody like me, I'm the only one. Ain't nobody like me, I'm the only one. Ain't nobody, nobody, buddy, nobody, buddy. Ain't nobody like me, I'm the only one. Ain't nobody like me, I'm the only one. Nobody, nobody.
Running, rushing, blood spilling, tears are pouring. It seems the well is never filled. Mentally exhausted, overworking, take another pill, or to keep the owner of the corporation stacking billions.
These corporations manipulating our daily lives, got us exasperated, working through all our days and nights. Sacrifice your leisure time to end up at a 9 to 5 and work you till you on the seat without a single moment for peace.
Never still, it just keeps rolling down the hill. Nobody tries to stop it. They'll get a copy, get you killed. You'll be a trending topic, a cog up in the wheel, a sacrifice to the cult of death being built.
Caught up in the matrix, virtual digital minds. We don't memorize phone numbers or directions when we drive. We don't even have to go shopping to get our food and buy things. We only push a button. We don't even have to try.
Can't even lift the eye away from my phone. Talking to Instagram live just so I don't feel alone. Flooding my Twitter feed with my deepest feelings and thoughts. My page is public, but my sense of conversation is blocked. I validate myself through followers just to feel important. Instead of living in the moment, I much rather record it. Nobody knows my first name, but know my Snapchat handle. I'm just a millennial trapped in social media standards. I see oppression within an effort. C-O-N to hold the rights of my expression. C-O-N. I see oppression influence the feeling. C-O-N. To wipe out opinions, we are enemy.
other hand, that's a perfect formula for the dark side.
This is our generation's form of nuclear power. How we deal with this will be the stuff of history.
I see oppression in and effort. To own the rights of my expression. I see oppression influence the feeling. To wipe our opinions, we are the meaning of conformity.
What is perfect, not me, I've been overworking for weeks. I go home and purchase some things that I know will not fill my needs. Have a dose of what I've achieved, then get lonesome and I critique who I am and what I believe make up standards too high to reach. Untrained animal off the leash, I'm in panic, but yet relief. Brought your hammock to hang with me, grab a hatchet, cut down your tree like a mannequin that can speak. What I have in store is unique, I just mop the floors with the cheese. I can't stop until things are clean. I'm an amateur's what you think, so you stand there in disbelief till I dislocate both your feet. That's what happens, you step to me. Not too graphic, but not PG. Lots of action in every scene. I'm kidnapping all of your dreams. Hold them hostage and watch them scream. Grab a side, I am what I advertise. Don't matter, you put it, we live, then we have to die. You might hate it, but you can't deny. See, everything that I've been doing got me looking like a mastermind. It's so game, but I vandalize it. I do what you fantasize. And took a vision of my dreams and I found a better way that I can make it. I've been looking, think I'm really about to maximize it. These bullets form in my mind and come out my mouth. For anyone out there doubting, I acting mouthy. Forget what you heard about me, I've been astounding. Something for you thinking you might run circles round me. Yeah, ain't this all I ever wanted? That's a fact, no, that's a lie, no, I'm confused, yeah. I got problems, what's the use, yeah? Let's be honest, screws are loose, I need them tighten, not amuse, yeah. Look what I did, brought you something, hope you like it. So precise, the floating nice, it's so productive, stop you whining. Back in style like I was vinyl, I make songs that they go viral. Something's off if I go idle, been so long, yeah, okay, I know. Take your shoes off, you're in my home, you got fans but not like I do. Yeah, thankful I try to be, can't contain what's inside of me. They don't like the sight of me cause I lack in compliancy. I question what I can see if you're not playing my CD. No expiring, I'll decide when I think it's my time to leave. Yeah, cause they won't retire me, it inspires me to be inspiring. When I'm low, I feel like I'm spiraling. Pushing forward, look, I can't ignore it. There ain't no I in team, but drop the TNA. Sometimes if I'm being honest, feels like it's only me. No defeat, notably, but I have it right if you're quoting me. Write my name on your hit list, it might be the last time you wrote something. Rip that cocky smile right off your face for thinking you're close to me. Grab a can of gasoline, light it all over your self-esteem. Selfishly watching you helplessly pretend you're on my planet. Shoot you out of the sky like your punch lines you a knot, landing gun, jamming, reaching your mouth and rip out your tongue. After tongue lashing, I hand them out like pamphlets in church. Pastors show up to my funeral wearing all black, and what's happening? I look around and wonder where my fans at. Oh Lord, they know me so well, they know I'm not in that casket. Trash bag is probably buried somewhere full of my ashes. Music superb, playing with words, play with my nerves. They gon' have a list of issues long as my shirts. Very absurd, very disturbed. Stare at the earth like this is not the place I was birthed. I'm generic, you sure? Oh, they think I'm very reserved till I open up on the beat like all my therapy work. I don't care what you heard, real scary, carry the verse while I'm wearing my merch, stomping on your arrogant turf. Sit back and observe, nah, I like to actually work. This life's so unpredictable, it just keeps pitching me curves. I take a swing, I hate the things that make me feel like I'm dirt. I patiently been waiting, please, I think it's time for my turn. My expertise are melodies, they talk to me when I'm hurt. Just let me be, eventually, someday they'll see what I'm worth. I cross my eyes and dot my T's, it makes no sense, but I've learned normal to you is not to me. The outcast finally returns.
dangerous, goodness gracious, move like the Gracie brothers. Don't pay me something, fed everybody, they don't say me nothing. Still back to the bone from fetus. Them man move misleading. Choco, check if he's breathing. Nah, Jeff, I don't think he's breathing. Body bop, then weave, man leaning. Last man that tried, left leaking. Don't talk too much, no more speaking. Man pre-man, and man still scheming. No threats to protect my cleaners. Creep them, beat it, catch man sleeping. So the beef and things not needed, but I had big man turn Jesus.
Soon I'm about to rise. See me better not to twice. Diamonds make you blind. Living my life. Too soon I'm about to rise. See me better not to twice. Diamonds make you blind. Living my life.
You know where all that gossip leads. Everybody takes shots at me. I got 101 ops on me. Auto response on office leave. Planted season to blossom trees. Wiping smiles off the faces, yeah. My aim is so dangerous. Goodness gracious me. Name so pepper, I bun your mouth if you speak so foul on me. I beg man step up, I run man down if you try get loud on me. Frown on youth, I live forever, you know about my alchemies. But you don't want pressure, nah, they don't want that pressure. Well, there's no cap in me, my head get wet first. I ain't done a dead verse, rather me dead first. I drop down head first. My bro got something to check if your man them's legs work. Born in the network, more focus all on my net worth than the diamonds all on your neck worth. You wear jewels that you can't protect. Who's that's yours, now that's architect. Man are in a building, now I'm on a real thing. Jevon come like the architect. Shots fired, no one's blasting yet. So who's the best, no one answered yet. Nobody taking a chance with Jev. I said, no one taking that chance with Jev, I mean.
Too soon I'm about to rise. See me better not to twice. Diamonds make you blind. Living my life. Too soon I'm about to rise. See me better not to twice. Diamonds make you blind. Living my
Yeah, bitch, it's cartel Madras.
Got white on the glass, I'm Gold on my neck, I'm a gunda. Got guns in the air like a Utah. Gold on my neck, I'm a gunda. Got guns in the air like a Utah. Gold on my neck, I'm a gunda. Got guns in the air like a Utah. Got white on the glass, it's a puja. I'm a sharpshooter. Would you ever let a pretty thug come through ya? Like Kimura, I made him so light and limber. Got a few new rings on my fingers, and I covered it up with a ringer. Roll up my ganja when I take a sip. My new trap babies with drippity drip. Louis belt holding a clip. Shit, the cut of my jib is a bitch hit. They trying to catch me in a gunda app. They got the tiger back tat and a toddy flask. I might roll through your gig with a doomsday mask. Cold case, cutting corners, call me Zodiac. Gotta get a good grip on the city. Gonna make you trip from the city. Gassed up when I fed a rap for the city. Tell me, have you ever seen a thug so pretty? Gold on my neck, I'm a gunda. Got guns in the air like a Utah. Gold on my neck, I'm a gunda. Got guns in the air like a Utah. Gold on my neck, I'm a gunda. Got guns in the air like a Utah. Got white on the glass, it's a puja. I'm a sharpshooter. Would you ever let a pretty thug come? On the east side, molded with gas. Hands on the trigger, a soldier like that. Be bolder than that. Feel weight on my flat. Sweat on my back. Don't fumble with all of my... Better get strapped, move like a gunda with that. A couple more times in the lack. Look from the side when we pass. I think my pick in the pack. Give me the belt and the shoes. Bitch, I got nothing to lose. Bitch, I be booze and amused. I cruise with the crew, the views of my muse. Cold sweats, blank checks, break neck, stay wrecked. I want money. On to the next bad honey. Don't get me wrong, you a soul dummy. Suppose she gold on my neck, I'm a gunda. Got guns in the air like a Utah. Gold on my neck, I'm a gunda. Got guns in the air like a Utah. Gold on my neck, I'm a gunda. Got guns in the air like a Utah. Got white on the glass, it's a puja. I'm a sharpshooter. Would you ever let a pretty thug come? Try to get from my waist to my mama house with a Maori thief. Body coated like a snake, a knife in my blouse when I roam the street. Use some heat with a chain on your chest. I think I can Uzi impress. Kissing my feet, I'm a killer connect. Out of your league, so I come and collect. Gold chain, cut lip, and you mad cause I'm fit. I'm the baddest bad bitch, might call for a hit. Don't start talking shit with the crew in the whip, in the spot, throw shade. Don't step to my blade. Who the savage with the face, ain't afraid while I play with the gate for a rape. Push your weight, no delay, never straight for the path of the way you betray me. It's the end of your days, bitch. Bitch, I'm bad, I'm brown, I'm gold. 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 Gold on my neck, I'm a gunda. Got guns in the air like a Utah. Gold on my neck, I'm a gunda. Got guns in the air like a Utah. Gold on my neck, I'm a gunda. Got guns in the air like a Utah. Got white on the glass, it's a puja. I'm a sharpshooter. Would you ever let a pretty thug come? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
roll out with no cash on me. Calm now with no mash on me. Stay away from these ashy youths when they come around and get ash on me. That's 5,000 capacity. 5,000 capacity. Then spread that over the UK and then add it up and get back to me. You pussios are not bad for me. Madman, they go mad for me. Who the when they gassed you up like you're good enough to be clashing me. Oh, please stop harassing me. Charge me up and put gas in me. Them little fish wanna try ting. Oh man, the audacity. I got girl in my inbox sending me eyes. Living on the edge to the end of our lives. Wolf in the sheepskin telling me lies. Sometimes I love when my enemy dies. Woo. So ahead of my time. Mainstream boy starts letting off lie. We can never ever ever level in price. Take that fee and then travel it twice. Yeah, the problem's back, I got flows. Watch your back, I'm on smoke. Dodge the paps and do both. My boys on maximum bolts. Ain't no time to blind man. Know my team from here to Thailand. You man got that gun of my man, so you man got that gun on finance. Like what's this, rent this thing by your own. Use my pen to sting, fry your dome. Want me to send for them, mind the throne. Cliche rep it ends, die alone. Cliche run your gums and die broke. I don't buy in ones, I buy bulk. Yeah, go bust your gun, I like smoke. Rude boy, mind your lungs, you might choke like cough, cough, puff, puff, pass. You're not tough or hard. They're calling me the Virgin Mike. How the hell up so far? Screwed boy, I came and shook my whole era. No cosigns for me and no carers. 2019, I swear I've gone clearer. Drop full of dead MCs like Paul Bearer. I roll out with no cash on me. Calm now with no mash on me. Stay away from these ashy youths so they come around and get ash on me. That's 5,000 capacity. 5,000 capacity. Then spread that over the UK and then add it up and get back to me. You pussios are not bad for me. Madman, they go mad for me. Who the when they gassed you up like you're good enough to be clashing me? Oh, please stop harassing me. Charge me up and put gas in me. Them little fish wanna try ting. Oh man, the audacity.
Had to sign this K, no Harry. Now my tracksuit says Balmain Parry. Smoke on bro, no Cali. So you better stay well back, Danny. Oh, now we got beef in the streets and I thought only be in my patty. Cause I learned how to work this handy, not just power us Gandhi. I was with protein, Jennifer aunties. I told her I'm trying to be the best I can be. Next day I go end up on the up block like who's on me, Charlie. Come off the wing like Andres 1000. I bought a new Henny and a cost 4,000. Kept it close, pagans wanna out me. They want me in a box like chicken chow mein. I wonder why us wanna try me. Why feds put me in court and trial me? Mad bees get bored and down me. And ask for a guy to the nez, I'm like, shall we? Lay back but still rowdy. Same goose from throwback, still round me. Funny how my old things still shout me. Oh, allow me, roll out it so casually. I'm popping up in cities randomly. London City or Birmingham, I just done 100 through Canterbury. No security, I could have a 20 in cash on me. Tried and can't believe I'm rich, so they're in the house like they're Ali G.
I roll out with no cash on me. Calm now with no mash on me. Stay away from these ashy youths so they come around and get ash on me. That's 5,000 capacity. 5,000 capacity. Then spread that over the UK and then add it up and get back to me. You pussios are not bad for me. Madman, they go mad for me. Who the when they gassed you up like you're good enough to be clashing me? Oh, please stop harassing me. Charge me up and put gas in me. Them little fish wanna try ting. Oh man, the audacity. Oh man, the audacity. Oh man, the audacity. Oh, it's a catastrophe. I changed the game drastically. Big Mike, I done Glastonbury. Flashbacks from Glastonbury. Love it when it all comes back to me. Telling lies, not facts on me. I roll out with no special on me. God's son, this is flesh on me. Stay away from these pagan youths. Cause many men, they wish death on me. When Banksy put the vest on me, felt like God was testing me. When Banksy put the vest on me, felt like God was testing me.
You're a monster.
I can swallow a bottle of alcohol in her. Feel like Godzilla. Better hit the deck like the cartilla. My whole squad's in here walking around the party. A cross between a zombie apocalypse and Bobby the Brain Heenan, which is probably the same reason I wrestle with mania shades in this bitch. I'm positive. Consider it to cost me a costly mistake if they sleeping on me. The hoes better get insomnia. ADHD, hydroxycut. Pass the capacity. In AA with an AK melee, finna set it like a play date. Better vacate, retreat like a vacate mayday. This beat is cray cray, Ray J, H-A-H-A-H-A. Laughing all the way to the bank, I spray flames, they cannot tame or placate the monster.
You get in my way, I'ma feed you to the monster. I'm normal during the day, but at night turn to a monster. When the moon shines like ice road trucker, I look like a villain out of those blockbusters.
To the fire, spit a
monster. Blood on the dance floor, Louis V carpet.
Fire, to the fire.
Monster, blood on the dance floor, Louis V.
I'm just a product of the cricket honest. Told him Nick the had him just appalled. Did so many things that pissed him off. It's impossible to list them all. And in the midst of all this, I'm in a mental hospital with a crystal ball, trying to see what I feel like this. vodka. When you twist the top of the bottle, I'm a
monster. You get in my way, I'ma feed you to the monster. I'm normal during the day, but at night turn to a monster. When the moon shines like ice road trucker, I look like a villain out of those blockbusters. Till the fire get a monster. Blood on the dance floor, Louis V carpet. Fire, till the fire. Monster, blood on the dance floor, Louis V.
If you never gave a damn, raise your hand, cause I'm about to set trend. Vacation plans, on point like my indexes. So all you will ever get is finger, prostate exam. How can I have all these fans to perspire like a liar's pants? I'm on fire and I got no plans to retire. And I'm still the man you admire. These chicks are spazzing out, I only get more handsome and flyer. I got them passing out like what you do when you hand someone flyers. And what goes around comes around just like the blades on the chainsaw. Cause I caught the flag, but my dollar stacked right off the bat like a baseball. Like kidding, bitch, I got them racks with so much ease that they call me Diddy. Cause I make bands and I call getting cheese a cakewalk. Yeah, bitch, I'm a player, I'm too stingy for share. Won't even lend you an ear, ain't even pretending to care. But I tell a bitch I'm area of Shabaria, area, the original Richard Ramirez, Christian Rivera. Cause my lyrics never sit well, so they wanna give me the chair. Like a paraplegic and it's scary, call it Harry Carry. Cause every time I'm digging Harry Carry and Merriam dictionary on, I'm swearing up and down, they can spit, this shit's hilarious. It's time to put these bitches in the obituary column. We wouldn't see eye to eye with a staring problem. Get the shaft like a staring column. Trigger happy, pack heat, but it's black ink. Half of the bad beats, evil that means take a backseat. Take it back to fat beats with a maxi single. Look at my rap sheet. What attracts these people is my gangster bitch like Apache with a catchy jiggle. I stack chips, you better got a half-eat Cheeto. Filling with the venom and eliminate him. Other words, I'm intimate him. I don't wanna hurt him, but I did him in a fit of rage. I'm murdering again, nobody will evade him. Finna kill him and double the bodies in a league, obliterating everything is generated. Renegade him, and I make anybody who want it with the pin and phrase. Nobody want it, but they're gonna get it anyway. Cause I'm beginning to feel like I'm mentally ill. I'm a killer, be killed, I'm a killer, be the vanilla gorilla. You're bringing the killer within me out of me. You don't wanna be the enemy of the demon who in me. Or be in the receiving enemy. What stupidity it'd be. Every bit of me's the epitome of a spitter when I'm in the vicinity. You better duck or you finna be dead the minute you run into me. 100% of you is a fifth of a percent of me. I'm about to finish you, bitch. I'm available. You wanna battle? I'm available. I'm blowing up like an inflatable. I'm undebatable. I'm unavoidable. I'm unevadable. I'm on the toilet bowl. I got a trailer full of money and I'm paying for them. I'm not afraid to pull them. Man, stop. Look what I'm planning.
I don't write rhymes, I write checks. Might rewrite your life if the price set. Mic check 1 2 1 2. It's the Denzel coming out of the zoo. Carry City, what I breed. Dissect the flow so you can see what I bleed. Put it all together and it forms to one thing. Captain Planet, I'm on my packing cannons to crack Atlantis. It's so incredible. Looking at your face is so regrettable. Better fix your mother, gotta rush you to the medical doctor. Hugging out like Flick versus Hopper. Untouchable to any window shopper. Mannequin, flow scorched the benches like it's Anakin. Smoking cannabis, but ain't no journals that I'm handling. Like, who brings a composition to the competition? There's gonna be some consequences when I'm... Now let me turn it to the judge and throw the book out. Let's cue it on the Barbie like a cookout. This rhyme is dedicated to every MC I took out. And ones that got the best in me, so all y'all look out. Hey, yo, I chef mad flavors. Bitches, the energy is like a lifesaver. Shave it off the top, it's sorta like a lightsaber. She's greater, he's greater. When they mention I, definition of the fly. And that's why I don't write rhymes, I write checks. Might rewrite your life if the price set. Might check 1 2 1 2. It's the Denzel coming out of the zoo. Carry City, what I breed. Dissect the flow so you can see what I bleed. Put it all together and it forms to one thing. Captain Planet, I'm on my packing cannons to crack Atlantis. It's so incredible. Do you underdig like an archaeologist, or I use common sense for you to comprehend? I'ma get loose like a barbed wire fence, sister. Significant, never frivolous, mister. It's the man of the hour, super confident, and my clothes yell it louder. And if it don't compute, then I got to reroute ya. Dressed in all black like a bouncer. Eye for an eye, now I got an eye gouger. Life been a bitch like a blue nose scouser. Outcome. Now the cripper still throw the C up. Go back to the hood when my net worth and my fee up. Bars harder in the morning, trying to pee up. I'm trying to say the couldn't see us. If you wanna be us, you just gotta believe us. That we bout to shake the whole globe, so I don't write rhymes, I write checks. Might rewrite your life if the price set. Might check 1 2 1 2. It's the Denzel coming out of the zoo. Carry City, what I breed. Dissect the flow so you can see what I bleed. Put it all together and it forms to one thing. Captain Planet, I'm on my packing cannons to crack Atlantis. It's so incredible.
Looking at your face is so regrettable.
Mount Everest ain't got shit on me. Mount Everest ain't got shit on me. Cause I'm on top of the world. I'm on top of the world. Yeah. Mortgage Dubai ain't got shit on me. You can touch the sky, but you ain't got shit on me. Cause I'm on top of the world. I'm on top of the world. Yeah.
Burn down my house and build it up again. Burn it down twice just for the fun of it. So much money I don't know what to do with it. I don't pick up my phone, ain't knowing what the time. Got me one gun and an alibi. So much love that the whole thing feel like a lie. Don't need nobody. I 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 don't need nobody.
Mount Everest ain't got shit on me.
I'm not no if he don't deserve it. Blew a bag on that cause he know I'm worth it. Maybelline cover girl for certain. And my body on point, they be like, who's just searching? Turns out, I'm never in a drought. And from what these say, I look better in person. I'm already getting used to the lurking. Man, these bitches can't stop, they the regular version. Whips German, coins I earned them. Bitches baby daddies, I'm still curving. $100,000 car just to slam the doors in. Made them quit the drink cause it was organs. Tech like Future, but they say they want a Lauren. The irony, quit trying me. Okay, take me out the Barneys if you proud of me. I like baguettes, I like Patex, boy, if you drowning me. I'm not, no, if he don't deserve it. Blew a bag on that, cause he know I'm worth it. Maybelline cover girl for certain. And my body on point, they be like, who's just searching? True story, you broke for me. I've been counting hundreds ever since I was a shorty. I get to the money and you know it's mandatory. Asking for my time when you know you can't afford it. I'ma spend this money, I'ma save mine. Cause I'ma bail him out if he do jail time. Or empty out the safe if he ain't worth the wait. Cause I'ma get mine or do him real slime. I promise you gon' love it, I'll be worth the chase. Cause I could be the drinker to your Kevin Gates. He tryna be on the second date. He got these bitches thirst, but I just can't relate. Spend that bag for a real bitch. Spend that bag if you love me. I got 10,000 wanna feel this, but you can only get it if you lucky. I'm not no if he don't deserve it. Blew a bag on that cause he know I'm worth it. Maybelline cover girl for certain. And my body on point, they be like, who's just searching? True story, you broke for me. I've been counting hundreds ever since I was a shorty. I get to the money and you know it's mandatory. Asking for my time when you know you can't afford it.
slow touch, brown and white. Like I go country, grab and buy. We can go bust, eye for eye. We can lose trust, quite wrong. Easy pop, where you they go, we they go up. Catch my vibe, let me go off. Blam the trash, man it's so tough.
Alright, yo, put the belly on the body, make a catch. See no watch, now she wanna give. Boy got peas, now she hopping in the pod. Man, a real life sugar gal, and my forget what. When she want dark, told her meet me at the top. Switching lanes the other day, I seen her waiting for a bus. Maybe this a Moncler sweater, diesel denim. Buy another one, my pockets fat like heather. Neck froze like I don't know no better. Benzo truck, white seats and they leather. Go broke never, on my grind. She make it clap like I'm Busta Rhymes. I got the juice, the sauce and all them things. I blammed her twice a night with all my bling. Big Benz I drive, I bought that thing. Any girl you want, they were my ting.
Don't rush, slow touch, brown and white. Like I go country, grab and buy. We can go bust, eye for eye. We can lose trust, quite wrong. Easy pop, where you they go, we they go up. Catch my vibe, let me go off. Blam the trash, man it's so tough. Flood my eyes, make a whole blush. Back of the tour bus, getting cool up. D-square, got on de-stress. Got a hand wash, new racks with the old Nikes in the shoebox. Keep my stripes, no cuss. Pull up in a new plate, then she might just. She went tryna move bait when her eyes locked. New tints on a coupe, that's a head loss. Off my whites, right my wrongs. Gucci my mum, want you to do your thumbs. Count my sums, this is gonna get long. Love my green, I'm tryna get strong. Tryna get on, where I'm from, it's on, yes. Man don't take no dumb threats. They see funds, they hop fence. We been up, not up, next. Don't rush, slow touch, brown and white. Like I go country, grab and buy. We can go bust, eye for eye. We can lose trust, quite wrong. Easy pop, where you they go, we they go up. Catch my vibe, let me go off. Blam the trash, man it's so tough.
And introduce him, the one and only. Big truck, no clutch, wrist rolls, don't touch. French Siri, I'm so drunk, cause I can't drink and drive, was my chauffeur. And the wops are, with that coca. I really hold this time I work, I don't floss. See, I was in the work, now my pants in the top. Shay said they're best friends, I bet they both. As they both cost, cause they said I sold drugs. And when you're down, ain't nobody around. What's the comeback when you blow up? I forgot my jacket, but my heated seats help me warm up. First train to Inverie, I used to go up. It's ironic, I just sold out my show in Scotland. Used to say I wanna put Tottenham on a map, but one day I'ma change the map in Tottenham.
Don't rush, slow touch, brown and white. Like I go country, grab and buy. We can go bust, eye for eye. We can lose trust, quite wrong. Easy pop, where you they go, we they go up. Catch my vibe, let me go off. Blam the ties, man it's so tough.
You two ready for the interview?
Yeah.
All right. Actually, before we begin, and this is off the record.
No.
I just hear there's an interesting story about how you two started working together.
Yo, he wants to hear about your first fight.
I hear it's a good one.
He hates when I tell the story, but oh man, I will never forget the first time I saw this kid. He was getting busted up. He looked like a zombie. It was one of those, let's say, amateur cards you can find across town from time to time. Great fights, never know if you're gonna see something special. Right, so yeah, this kid caught my eye because his eye was all busted up and bruised. Well, it was a total mismatch. It was obvious that the opponent was way more experienced. This kid took a beating for 2 rounds. Okay, probably both 10-8s. They could.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Wait.
music.
Back on my bullshit. Back to back on my bullshit. Matter of fact, that was bullshit. I'm going back to back on my bullshit. Do it one time, they gon' think it's luck. Gotta hit them with the repeat. Do it 2 times, they gon' still doubt. Hey, now I got a 3-peat. Gotta flood the streets till they knee deep. Gotta stay woke, can't be sleep. All this fly shit don't be cheap. All these bad bitches that we keep round. Pockets gotta be deep now. Never lose again, living me deep down. Gotta keep winning, it's a clean sweep now. Tell her back it up, you hit 3 beeps now. Big truck, little bitch. Call me Greek freak, big bucks, little bitch. Paid in full, little ace, little Mitch. You a Rico, little case, you'll snitch. Not from Chicago, but too shy to speak. Ask where's Waldo, I'm too high to seek. Move like cargo, I do fly every week. Princess in Lagos, Dubai with sheiks. Everywhere I go, new vibes the freak. Told I'm Drago, you Apollo Creed. Far as how cars go, you guys to me. I'm Murcielago and you dry your feet. I'm that bull in the hood. New lamb truck, got the bull in the hood. Black and red, looking like the bulls hit the hood. 23s on it, got the bull sitting good. This game 6, this can't miss. Shooting my shot, wrist hang swish. Ice my shit like I just sprained this. Millie plain Jane and that bitch stainless. Look, money talk, shorty speaking this language. Buy her a car, she gon' switch lanes quick. I got shut up money, I don't explain shit. Do you wanna boss up or just change shifts? Pretty little joint and she gets things lit. Baby got a crew on some rich gang shit. P&B and Meek must know this same bitch. If you look in her eyes, man, that shit's dangerous. On guard, on a gang, on bros. No bullshit, you the one, D-Rose. Pass me the Pippin, the long nose. Then it's game over, the horn blows. This the last shot. You tryna be on the team or be the mascot? Wanna be the first lady or the last thought? I'm paying Dwayne Wade, but I flash knots. Whoa. I thought you could've been Jordan. Found out that you wasn't even Ben Gordon. Next one get flued out, I'm keeping them boarded. Like Tony Kukoc, I'm foreign important. Yeah, I cannot bullshit with none of y'all. I got a bullseye on some of y'all. I feel like Michael in 95. Back on my bullshit this summer, y'all.
I've been waiting my whole life
Hello everyone, Alien here, and today we're taking a look at some of the takedown defense mechanics in UFC 4. This tutorial was made possible by EA Game Changers. Takedowns and takedown defense is also an important part of grappling. When your opponent shoots a takedown, press the L2 button and R2 button to defend. The speed at which you can defend the takedown and the distance from where the takedown was shot will help determine where you will end up after defending the takedown, either in the clinch or back on the feet. Using your footwork and keeping out of range of your opponent is also an effective way to prevent takedowns. In instances where you cannot deny on time, your opponent can now also perform turning takedowns by pushing either up or down on their left stick. You have to watch these movements and match them with your own left stick by pushing up or down to stay on your feet. If you think your opponent is going to perform a takedown, you can try and intercept this with a strike. A perfectly timed strike will stop the takedown and rock your opponent. However, if you time the strike incorrectly, you will be taken down. Takedowns can be stopped with flying techniques, as well as uppercuts up the middle and knees. The clinch works a little differently, as there is no button to deny a clinch attempt. However, you can sway out of the way, counterpunch, use movement and footwork, or your straight punches as your opponent is stepping in to prevent the clinch. Takedowns in UFC 4 are a lot more fluid, and there are a lot of ways to attack and defend them. Hopefully this tutorial helped. Come check me out on YouTube if you want more tips and tricks.
This video was made possible by EA Game Changers. What's up guys, MMA Game here. In this tutorial we are going over swaying and blocking in EA Sports UFC 4. While defending in the stand-up, you have multiple options. You can block high strikes by pressing R2 button, and block low by holding R2 button plus L2 button. You can also dodge strikes by moving the right stick in the direction you want your fighter to sway. And new to UFC 4, you can now block and sway at the same time by blocking while moving the right stick. Look to block when you are in striking range and do not have a good read on your opponent. Once you have an idea of what your opponent is throwing, you can look to sway the strikes. To sway straight strikes like jabs, straights, and uppercuts, move the right stick left or right. To sway round strikes like hooks and head kicks, move the right stick up or down to duck or lean back and avoid those strikes. Swaying strikes will cause your opponent to miss you and drain their stamina. A successful sway will also open your opponent up for a counter strike. In your HUD, you will see your block meter. As you block more and more shots, this meter will go down. Once your block meter is low, your block will not be able to stop incoming strikes. While blocking strikes, you will notice two different blocking animations. When you are blocking straight strikes, like jabs, straights, and uppercuts, you will see your fighter block the front of his face, as you can see here. When blocking round strikes, like hooks or head kicks, you will see your fighter blocking the side of his head, as seen here. Throwing straight strikes at your opponent will cause them to block the front of their face. While they're blocking their face, they open themselves up to be hit with round strikes to the side of their head, as seen here. Mixing up straight strikes and round strikes in combinations will help you break down your opponent's block and get more damage done. This has been the basics of sways and blocks in EA Sports UFC 4. This video was made possible by EA Game Changers. What's up guys, MMA Game here. In this tutorial we are going over strike vulnerability and when it is active both on the feet and on the ground in EA Sports UFC 4. Depending on what direction you are moving will affect how vulnerable you are to incoming strikes. If you are moving into a strike, you will be more vulnerable and will take more damage. First while standing, and second on the ground. Notice the increase in damage percent when the fighter is moving into the hook versus when not moving into the hook. Other things that can make you vulnerable are side steps and side lunges, as well as ducking into incoming uppercuts. Landing the right strike to an opponent while they are vulnerable can lead to huge damage in EA Sports UFC 4.
the multiverse lives, we're supposed to just...
Hello everybody, Balian here, breaking down some of the new changes to ground and pound in UFC 4. This tutorial today was made possible by EA Game Changers. If you want to inflict some ground and pound damage, there are a couple of things you need to know about how striking on the ground works. If you throw straight punches, your opponent can choose to block their head. As long as they keep their hands up, no damage will be done. Throwing hooks alone does not do enough damage to break through the block, in a similar way to straight punches. Throwing hooks, then straights, and then hooks, and continuously mixing them up allows for your strikes to break through the block. This is very similar to the stand-up block breaking mechanic. If you see your opponent is swaying, throw hooks. They will not be able to sway out of the way of these strikes, and they will do more damage to an opponent who is swaying. If you see your opponent is framing, do not throw hooks. These will be caught or blocked, so instead throw your straight punches. Lastly, don't forget about the importance of stamina. If you have enough of a stamina advantage on your opponent, you can use R1 and the right stick to get a free transition into a better position. You can use the R1 button and the right stick to transition into a better position. It's a good practice to get a few strikes in, then transition, rather than blowing all your stamina on pure offense. Hello everyone, Balian here, bringing you a new tutorial video breaking down all of the new clinch mechanics and systems that you can find in UFC 4. If you want more tutorials, you can come check out my YouTube. This tutorial was made possible by EA Game Changers. To enter the clinch, press the R1 button and either the triangle button or the square button, depending on which is your lead hand. Once you've entered the clinch, you have a few options. You can strike with knees using the X or circle buttons, with punches by either using the square or triangle buttons, or elbows by holding the L1 button and pressing the square and X button together. If you want to transition into the over-under position, press the R1 button and the triangle button. This will transition your fighter into the over-under. From here, you're able to strike in the same way as before in the single collar position. If you want to take the fight to the mat, there are now many more options to do so. From the single collar position, you can shoot for double leg takedowns by pressing the L2 button and the triangle button, hip tosses by pressing the R1 button and the X button, or ankle pick takedowns by pressing the R1 button and the circle button. If you have transitioned to the over-under position, you are able to perform exactly the same throws and takedowns with the same buttons. Submissions from the clinch can be performed from a variety of positions depending on your fighter's moveset. To perform a submission from the clinch, hold the L2 button, the R1 button, and press the square button. These can also be flying submissions if your fighter has them. You are now also able to move your opponent around the octagon by pushing the direction you want to take them with the left stick. If you press them up to the cage, you will immediately transition into the over-under position. From here, again, you're able to perform all of your moves that you're able to from the center of the octagon. Takedown attempts will now also use the cage to lift your opponent. From the over-under position, you are also able to transition to the back by pushing down on the left stick. From here, again, you're able to perform your submissions and also takedowns. That's all for the clinch tutorial. I hope this gives you a basic idea of the new moves, positions and transitions you can perform in the clinch. Hello everybody, Balian here, bringing you today a tutorial on how to defend yourself in the clinch. If you want more tutorials, check out my YouTube. This tutorial was made possible by EA Game Changers. If your opponent is looking to clinch, there are a couple of ways you can defend this. The easiest is to use the left stick to stay away from your opponent and out of reach. If you're in close, using your head to move away from the hand with the right stick can also prevent the clinch. If timed correctly, you can also throw a punch to intercept your opponent when they're attempting to clinch. If your opponent is throwing strikes to the head, you can press and hold the R2 button to defend yourself. If they are throwing strikes to the body, you must press and hold the L2 button and R2 button to defend yourself. If your opponent tries to take you down, you must press and hold both the L2 and R2 button to defend. If your opponent transitions to the over-under position, defending strikes is the same. Use the R2 button to block strikes to the head, and the L2 and R2 button to block strikes to the body. If you decide you no longer want to be in the clinch position, push the left stick away from your opponent. This will break the position. This also works for the over-under position. You may find it easier to first block a strike before trying to break from the clinch. If your opponent has the offensive single collar position, you can still transition to the over-under position by pressing the R1 button and the triangle button. If your opponent has your back against the cage, you can defend against submissions by pressing and holding the R2 button. If they jump on your back, you're able to slam your opponent by pressing the circle button. To pull guard, you will need the over-under position. To do this, begin by shooting a double leg takedown and then pressing the R2 button to cancel. Once in that position, you are able to press the R1 button and the square button to pull guard, or the R1 button and the triangle button to sweep. If your opponent has you pressed to the cage, in order to escape, you need to push the left stick away from your opponent and circle away from their underhook. Thank you for watching, and I hope this gives you a basic idea of how to defend yourself in the clinch.
On the dash like